Hello, everybody. Jeff Mason with SimpleBiz360 podcast coming to you from beautiful St. Louis, home of the Blues, trying to do it 2 out of 3 years. We are broadcasting from Half Coast Studios. Deet's behind the glass there, working the boards as usual. That is my grandson that opens up and says, "All right, Mr. Simple Biz Guy, let's start the show." So love to have him involved in the business as well, and what a way to break into each show. So today we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about front door, back door. So what do I mean? Well, for most businesses, we all have a price of admission, and that price of admission is just the qualifier to get us into the mix so we can compete with all the other competitors for this opportunity, right? And there's just, there's a lot of different qualifiers that are that price of admission. Things like cost, quality, craftsmanship, delivery, warranty, flexible terms and conditions, country of origin, product attributes, specs, drop ship capability, training. There's all kinds of different things that just you have to achieve to get in there. What about RFPs, right? Request for proposal, request for quotes, RFQs, tenders, bids. All these things have a tremendous amount of requirements laced through them. And so we work very, very hard to meet those requirements to become one of the competitive pool. But it's the back door that's always fascinated me. It's what happens on the backside of getting in there and actually getting the transaction. Do we forget as business owners to focus on this? Do we overlook this too much? Is this something we skirt by and we just don't pay enough attention to it? And I'm just going to use a couple quick examples, but pretend you're a restaurant owner. So just pretend somebody walks through your door closes behind them, and now they're in. All right, you've got that person into the front door, and then they sit down to have that experience, right? And we want to talk a lot in this podcast series overall about the experience of the customer. But now let's think about what could possibly happen and what could lead to the back door. So the person sits down, and here's when everything's said and done, here's what they walk away thinking. There was no pleasant greeting or welcoming when I came into the restaurant. It was an unattentive wait staff, an unfriendly wait staff. It was a long wait just to get water. It was a long wait to get served. Dirty silverware. They served me the wrong entree. They served lettuce and the salad was old and limp, right? No wait staff follow-ups, checkups. Nobody came by to see how we were doing. Eating area smelled like bleach. It smelled the whole time we ate. It smelled like this bleach. The bucket and the mop are right in plain sight. I mean, I don't want to see this dirty, mop and bucket sitting there. I saw staff using dirty rags to clean the tabletop before we sat down. The salt and pepper shakers were all smudgy and gooey and had all kinds of crap on them. And they had to hunt and peck for water refills. Hey, excuse me, could you come on? Could I possibly get some water? Had to do one of those. Dirty bathrooms, right? No paper towels in the bathrooms. No soap in the bathroom, right? And then you had to touch the bathroom handle, and the door handle on the way out, but you had no paper towels to help you do it. So you're like, pulling your shirt up and putting your shirt on there and pulling it and, stuff like that, right? Nobody apologized for the wrong entrees, and nobody even said thank you as you walked out of the place. So, that person walked through the front door at one point. Now that person is going out the back door, and you're never going to see him again, probably. If you do, it's going to be, you're very fortunate. But if you aren't paying attention to what's happening inside, you got to look at those things. Those are contributors to what make people not want to come back again. Let's just say you're a contractor, and this example is in the book, and you'll see the book hanging up there. It's available on Amazon, $18.95. You can get it. You can get it on our website as well. But we talk about this in the book, and it's let's just say that you are now a contractor and your price of admission is great pricing, quality, and excellent warranty. That's going to get you into the mix for doing this job. Okay, great. So you start the job and you start doing it. What about the cost of unreliable arrival and departure times? What about mysterious and unexplained job site departures? Right? What about short work days? You're not giving it, 6 hours, not even giving it 5 hours. Unreturned phone, text, and email messages. Messy end of the day job sites that the homeowner actually has to clean or the business has to clean. Outside doors left open constantly. You know, if it's a home, pets escape and you got to go get the pets and bugs are coming in. There's all kinds of bugs. And I mean, the doors don't really have to be open, but they're, just lazily left open. Tools are left out all over the house. So you got to put them, away so the kids don't trip on them. The dog doesn't pee on them, all that good stuff, right? You got to get it out of the way and just move it out. Ladders not put away. They're sitting up, leaning up against stuff on the, in the middle of the hallway. Stray nails in the driveway. You end up getting a flat tire. You got to go get it fixed, right? Contractor constantly running to your store during the work hours, and he's always forgetting stuff, and or he or she. Contractor forgetting just common tools. Doesn't have common tools. Oh, I only have one battery backup for my drill. The drill went out. Now I don't have a power drill. I can't possibly do it with a hand. Phillips screwdriver. I got to go, I'll have to go buy it or come back tomorrow. I'll probably come back tomorrow. We hear that kind of stuff all the time. And then deadlines being missed, right? So it's this backdoor phenomena. Do they leave out the back door and just never come back? Well, guys, our book focuses on that in comprehensive fashion. We call it the silent business killers. And yes, we all have those front end admission requirements, the cost of admission. But it's really what happens when we get through that admission process and now we're in there and we're either doing the job or we're competing. It's there. If you're a restaurant owner, you're competing for that repeat business. You're competing for that referral. If you don't get it, you're sunk. In that contracting world, you're competing for repeat jobs in some cases, other types of jobs, but you're also competing for those referrals, and you might not get them. Well, the silent business killers is what's in this book. I mean, it's thread throughout the book, and it talks about the 26 out of 27 people who have a bad experience. They just don't tell you about it. Why not? Because they don't expect anything to happen. 91% of those people leave. A large percentage, right, of those people end up going out, and those disgruntled people tell 9 to 10 colleagues. And then 13% of those people who are really upset tell 20 or more people. And it's this infection. You can't even hear. It's infecting your business to thrive and sustain and be productive. And it's just attacking you. You don't even know it's attacking you. Why is it attacking you? Because your customers walked out the back door. You got them in the front, but they walked out the back. So I want you to just think about front door and back door as a tandem. And you don't want them to leave out the back door. You want to see them out the front and hopefully get repeat and referral business. So we're going to have some fun today with a Lost in the Shuffle track. I'm dipping back to Haight-Ashbury, 66 time frame. I just, I love this psychedelic rock era. I love some of the bands that came from there. We featured a couple of them last year, but this is Jefferson Airplane. And Mike McGovern, a good friend of mine, we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum in 2018 together. He loves Marty Ballin. And, you got Marty Ballin and Jorma Kaukonen, and you got who ended up going to Hot Tuna, Jack Cassidy. You have Grace Slick, who you probably know, household name, as one of the female singers. But they kind of came on the scene as, I think, really one of the first to emerge out of that Haight-Ashbury scene as one of the most successful bands to come out of there. And they put together an album in 1966 called Surrealistic Pillow. And on Surrealistic Pillow, there's an instrumental on there, and it's kind of one you don't hear. It's not one of the regular Jefferson Airplane tunes. It's called Embryonic Journey, and it's pretty cool. But as you hear this, just kind of, close your eyes and think about what the podcast, the messaging that we had today, if you could, and just, guys, just concentrate on keeping those people coming in the front door and going back out the front door. Never put them in a position where they skedaddle out the back door on you. And hopefully hopefully some of this stuff helps. And again, the book has a ton of this in it. We focus on this. Silent Business Killers is the epicenter. It's the whole concept that drives the book, and really the whole concept that drives much of this podcasting as well. So, at any rate, enjoy this tune. Hey, don't forget always, right? always respond to all inquiries, follow up and follow through. Remember that customer perception is customer reality. Do everything you can to make sure that customer perception is a healthy one. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Thanks.